Welcome to our show, Ashutosh. It's been almost 6 years since your last film came. So how does it feel to be returning after such a long sabbatical, and how do you think the industry has changed over this period of time?
I don't call it a sabbatical simply because, during Kheliam Jijan Se, I was also preparing for another film called Buddha. And it took me a year and a half of prep. And after that, because of some production problem, the film didn't get made. But my time investment was for those 18 months. And then I suddenly realized that I need to start work on Mohenjo since I'm not making Buddha anymore. And that's how Mohenjo started. And Everest also started. So 2 years went in Everest, and then the overlapping 4 years for Mohenjo Daro. So actually, if you ask me, I've been working around the clock.
Correct.
I didn't take any break, or I didn't take, sit back, think, what am I going to do next? I was not doing all of that. So it's great to be now, today, 3 days away from the release. It's very exciting that something that was planned 4 years ago is now finally coming to the screens. I'm now very waiting in anticipation to look at audience responses.
So this concept is very intriguing, very novel. How did the germ of the idea come to you?
I always used to think about, whenever I saw a film about the Greek civilization or the Roman civilization, I would look at it with awe and think, my God, what these civilizations were and how they have impacted world over through cinema. And when I started thinking about what do we have on our side of the globe, and I realized that our own civilization, our first civilization, our ancestors, and we don't have a movie about them. So with that thought, I started exploring and started getting deeper and deeper, bit by bit, to find that it's something that is very relevant to today's times, the civilization. And if I base my story on Mohenjo-Daro, the city, it can become even more relevant. Because if it's not relevant, a period piece doesn't engage an audience. So I started working in that direction and finally brought together information that it came into a script form. So that took some time.
What kind of research went into the making of this film, before you finally drafted the final script?
What I did first is I just acquired every book available in the market on archaeology and read about it. So it took me just 3 months just to read, and I got every book available. And I realized that there are 3-4 different chains of thoughts, different interpretations about the civilization. And the one that I thought is a theory that I identify with, I thought of inviting that particular archaeologist to India. So he's someone called Jonathan Mark Kanaya, who is the head of anthropological department in the University of Wisconsin. So I wrote to him. I told him I want to make a film on Mohenjo-Daro. And he was he was surprised, he was happy, and he was like, oh my God, no one has ever done a film on the civilization. And we are glad that you're doing it, and whatever help you want, I will be there for you. And that's how I invited him over. And then combined it with 5 other archaeologists within the country, had a seminar with them. And in that 1-week seminar, I took as much information possible from them about their findings and about their study. And I created a script, made them read it, got it approved from them. Because I wanted them to be most comfortable. Because ultimately, in a way, it's they who have been studying it.
Correct.
And they are, giving our findings to the world. Because when they find, like recently, if you remember, it's been now confirmed that this civilization was 8,000 years old. Earlier, it was always taken as 5,000.
4, 5, yeah.
Yeah, so now it's 8,000. So that's a new finding. So, of course, when I heard that it's 8,000, I immediately looked at Sunita and said, listen, I have to reshoot the entire movie. She almost fainted. She said, please ignore that. So